Hey, if this is your first time visiting my channel, I'm Alesha. Welcome. Okay, so I'm going to get right into this next topic. Whew, that felt good. One of the things I notice about getting older is people are always asking me, "Oh my gosh, you're going to get married? Do you have a husband?" And the answer is no. I have no interest in getting married at this time, and this is why. And I'm going to go through my history a little bit so you understand. Okay, so I grew up a Catholic, and being in the Catholic Church, you always hear people talk about, you know, you should be a mother, you should be a wife. It's always emphasized. And growing up, I guess for me, I was always turned off by the fact that, oh, because you're the product of a single parent, you're going to end up this way, you're going to end up that way. They couldn't even love me for me. They had their ideas of how they thought I should be. And I think I was just ultimately turned off by the victim role. They put all these single parent, single child, whatever statistics in front of me, and you're going to end up like this because you're this. And I'm just like, no. Instead of focusing on the parent that's not doing the right thing, why don't you focus on the parent that's doing the right thing and being more supportive? And even back then, I used to watch girls chase down guys, and I'm just like, they don't define my worth. So why should I waste all this time on them? They're there. If I grow into a relationship with one of them, that's great. If I find a great boyfriend, that's great. But they're not my main focus. My focus at this time, and still is to find my purpose, um, grow as a person, and to be the person, be a good person instead of looking for the right person. And I've never been desperate. I never was thirsty. I've never called, texted guys tons of times. If we were going to be good friends, we're going to be good friends. If one of them ended up becoming a great boyfriend, great. But I was never desperate. And so one of the things that I notice nowadays is people are always asking, do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? And I'm just like, why? Why do you want to know? I'm really a private kind of person. I don't like discussing my private life that much, which is why I would probably be a bad famous person, because I really don't want cameras and, oh my gosh, she's dating this guy and she's dating him. And I'm just like, can y'all find something else to do instead of focusing on me? But getting back to the original point, um, the single parent thing, I just wish they loved me for me instead of always, oh my gosh, where is he? And it got to the point where I said, yeah, he's dead, because he didn't. If somebody doesn't care about you, why put all your focus on them? If somebody, um, if you're if you're not thinking about somebody, why should you be thinking about them? In other words, why are you letting somebody take up rent in your mind when you're not taking up rent in theirs? And the Disney movies have the princess slipper, and as damsels in distress, us girls should go out here and try to find our John Smiths, or try to find the other Disney male characters in the world. And anybody that's watching this video knows that Disney movies and romances don't always end up being the same. Like, you don't find the romances that you see in Disney movies in real life. You just don't. They don't tell you how hard it is. They don't tell you how much work you got to put into it. They don't tell you these things. They just put this fantasy on movie screens and think, oh my god, I should dress up like Cinderella. And I was always the type of girl that I want to build my own wealth instead of depending on somebody else. I've had enough experiences with depending on people where I just said, what if a guy says he'll take care of me, but then he ends up throwing me away or whatever? I want to be able to take care of myself regardless. And been working on that journey ever since. And if you notice, they teach us to go after high net worth men instead of getting a high net worth ourselves. And I also notice too, when we get engaged or when we say that we're in a relationship, there's a lot of Facebook likes. And I was actually looking through old statuses from like years ago. I notice when I say that I opened up a new business or, hey, I got this film role, I only got probably 1 or 2 likes. But when I said I was in a relationship with somebody, all these likes. So subconsciously, I feel like, hey, boo boo, there's doggy. Hey, baby. There's people out here who think that a woman's place is a wife and you're supposed to want to be married to somebody, you're supposed to want to have kids, you're supposed to want to be a mother. And I see it all around me all the time. Like, how come I can't get as much congratulations for when I open up my own business or when I start another multiple income stream? Whereas if I put that if I'm in a relationship, oh my God, congratulations! I want to meet him. You know what I mean? And I'm a very much a girl with a lot of ambition. I have a lot of ideas. I work on different projects all the time. I don't always talk about it, but I work on things. And I think for a guy, he has to really understand this. I'm a very creative person. I don't want to be distracted. Oh my God, you're not paying enough attention to me. You let me get my creative juices out, I promise. You'll have all of me. But a lot of my guys that I've had with past relationships, you know, do you want to hang out? Yeah, I told you we were going to hang out, but I'm doing this first. And I don't want anyone being obsessed with me. I want you to have your own life. I want you to have your own thing going. Because one of my exes kept texting me. One time he called me 8, 9, 10 times in a day, and I said, look, man, you're going to have to join a frat or something to find you something to do, because you should never make someone your whole life. You should have other things going on. You should never be so obsessed with someone, because a guy being obsessed with me is a turn off. It makes you look desperate and thirsty. They tell us ladies not to be desperate and thirsty and tell us, you need to find other things to do outside your man. So same thing with guys. Y'all need to find the ones who do that, especially my exes. I just said, you need to find something else to do, man. Like, I like you and all, but stop being so obsessed. It's so weird. And just going back to the ambition thing, I just want to be my own lady. I never want to depend on anybody for financial need ever again. I did it once as an 18-year-old, thought that they were going to look out for me, giving me a scholarship. I learned the hard way, nobody gives a fuck about you. And going through that experience, just be your own person, have your own shit, have your own money, be a Vera Wang, be a Oprah Winfrey, be a Beyonce, have your own, be a Ariana Grande, be a Taylor Swift, have real estate, have your own investments, have your own shit going. Never trust another person. For the ladies out there who haven't had to experience that, and you have a good guy in your life who says that he's going to take care of you, no strings attached for the rest of your life, good. But I think for me, that ship is sailed. If marriage with a guy happens, great. But understand, I'm not sitting around just waiting for somebody to come swoop me off my feet like I'm a damsel in distress. And oh my God, if I don't have somebody, then I'm going to go on for the rest of my life being miserable. No, I'm going to live my life. And I just always say this, especially with family and friends, instead of like being so quick to introduce me to a guy who may or may not be good for me, I would love it. Love, 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 love. If you could introduce me to a business opportunity that could make my net worth higher. A guy could be great, but he also might leave. He might find some younger lady that he likes better, or you're not paying enough attention to me. You know, all the stupid shit, you know? And I'm not saying that um, I don't leave my options open because I do. I'm definitely open to finding a great guy sometime in my future, but right now I'm just not actively looking. You know, I dated a great guy, but I'm really happy in my alone time. I love doing going places by myself. And I think a lot of people have a hard time understanding that I'm very happy without kids or a husband or a boyfriend. Because every time I'm around certain people, you got a boyfriend? You got a husband? Fuck no. And I'll let you know if it happens. So please stop asking me like they're the only things that I'm supposed to be going for. They're the only things that I'm supposed to be actively pursuing because, you know, I got my purpose that I'm going after, you know, as we speak. You know, I'm zooming in auditions. I'm exploring other business opportunities. They're not the only things on earth that I need to be looking into. Like, guys, they're there. They're great. They're fun. I have a lot of guy friends. But they're not the only, you know, things I'm pursuing or should be pursuing. And growing up, I was just told so much, oh, you would be such a cute girl for a guy, or you would be such a great mother, that it just kind of turned me off. You know, anytime somebody had to peer pressure me into something, it's just not going to get me to marry any quicker. And again, growing up in the Catholic Church, and I actually wrote this down, so I'm going to read this. They'll tell me that I'll find someone and if I don't, I'll be left behind. And all that shit without even considering that I don't want to be married in the first place. You know, like I said in this article, I'm going to publish it. I live in a society that's extremely male oriented. They tend to judge a woman's worth in terms of her relationship to men, with the role of wife and mother being seen as the ultimate prize of womanhood. And this is to the point of overshadowing other amazing accomplishments she may have achieved before or even going on to do afterwards. And I actually got that quote and made it my own from a article in Bustle, and her name is Nina. Shout out to you. They assume that marriage is our default and our end game. You know, I grew up watching multiple women friends, relatives give up their dreams, stay in abusive relationships, operate from a low place of self-worth due to cultural, social, religious, and sexist-based rules, stop their lives to live around their men. Also, they're so needy that they can't make it without a guy. You know, I even remember a long time ago, there was this abusive couple, and they were just hitting each other, and I think he was hitting her more, but whatever, I was too young to remember. My mom ended up having to call the police because he was beating her up. She was probably throwing stuff at him too. Like I said, I don't remember the whole story, but I just know that they were hitting. Abuse. It was an abusive situation. And I know too many situations where people would rather be in unhappy marriages. They will stay in abusive marriages just to front appearances and to fit in with other people. And I'm not that type of person. I am not going to maintain a fake image just for other people. I'm not going to go along with the status quo just for other people. There are people in my own family who thinks it's weird. You know, why do you want to stay single? How can you not want to find a nice guy? They think they are better because they are married. It's too bad. I just refuse to front appearances to be what I'm not, you know, for other people. I'm just not going to do it. You know, if I do bad, I'll follow my ass and I'll get back up on my own. I've been through plenty of bad things and I've made it on my own and I'll be fine. Plenty of good things on my own and I'll be fine. And I feel like right now, in this point in my life, I feel like because I have so many goals and ambitions, Um, Marriage for me would be more of a trap. It'd be more suffocating. Um, I just don't want to do it. And the guys who are actively pursuing me right now are so thirsty and desperate that they get on my fucking nerves. And I'm not trying to be mean. I love my guy friends. Um, and I just ask them, what the hell? Why are some of your people texting me 10 times, blowing up my Instagram, note, you get them little notifications, 20 times liking everything. And I'm just like, why? You know, if you're a guy, if you're a person of value, woman of value, guy of value, whatever, you should be living your life. I admire you more if you were out here volunteering for the community or giving back. Right now it's a pandemic. I'm not telling you go out here, be unsafe, and put yourself in a bad position right now. If you don't want to go out, I don't blame you. Don't go out. Stay safe. Wear a mask. Yeah, I'm team wear a mask. But I just feel like instead of messaging me on Instagram 20 times, calling me, be a person of value. Live your life. I would admire you more if you just left me alone 3/4 of the time and lived your life. And and ladies, can you ask? Well, let me put it in a different way. Have you ever had a guy that you definitely have made it clear, yo, we're only gonna be friends. I don't want to be bothered. Um, I like you as a friend only, but they still kept pursuing you even though you said no. No means no, but they don't understand. They don't want to understand. They want what they want. Um, why can't they understand the message of no means no? Because there's some people out here in some movies that sends some of them a message when a girl says no, you need to keep pursuing her. That means that maybe later. No, 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 no. There are some guys where I went out on the first date. We found out we were just better off as friends. And being in the entertainment industry, the guys were really sexy, okay? They were some nice guys. But I want to get to know that guy as a person. And I guess for me, I just hate when guys, oh, you're so nice looking, oh my god, like, there's girls who would kill for that attention, but I'm just not one of them. Treat me like a human being. Quit coming at me like a sex object. And I'm not somebody that you can go around talking about, yeah, I messed her, I got her last night, man, I got her good. I don't want to be a hookup or another notch under your pants. I want to be a human being. I want to get to know you. I want you to get to know me. I don't trust easily. Don't try to move too fast. And I think that's the biggest complaint I have with some of my guys that said they've liked me. They try to move too fast, and I'm just not a fast mover. Like, I'm not saying take 20 years, but I don't like that fast stuff. I mean, if you want that, go somewhere else. And let me see. I have okay, my battery's about to go out, so I might make a part 2. But the biggest thing is I'm not going to get married or get in a relationship because somebody out there says, oh, you're too nice looking to be single. Stupid shit. Like I said, I want to get to know you as a human being. I'm not going to get married because somebody told me that my biological clock is ticking. I would rather just freeze my eggs. I'd just rather adopt. I'm not going to settle for less just to say I have somebody. I'm not that desperate. So I might go ahead and end now. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and end it on several quotes. I have everything I need now. I do not need another person to complete or sustain me. I am happy and fulfilled. I may meet somebody that will make me happier than I am today. Meanwhile,